Blinkers Off is produced in conjunction with Albion Park, Gold Coast and Redcliffe Harness Racing Clubs.
Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of Blinkers Off, and thanks for your kind words about our first show last Monday night. Chris Barsby is with me again. How are you, Chris?
Very well, thanks, David. Looking forward to bringing you all of the news tonight.
And also later in the show, we'll be finding out what you actually do in that broadcast box.
Well, it's a busy little engine room, so you'll find out a little bit later.
That comes up later in the program. Also, too, we're visiting the Peter Greigs stables, and we'll have all of the action from Albion Park on Saturday night. But first up, a line delivered in Federal Parliament question time last week is worth repeating tonight. When Federal Labor Minister Anthony Albanese was commenting on the truckies' convoy demonstration outside Parliament House in Canberra, he flippantly said he'd seen more demonstrators at the trots. Well, I winced. Is that how lowly regarded this business is? Maybe New South Wales harness racing's latest corruption chapter currently being played out was fresh in his mind, but it prompted me to think how important integrity is in the racing business. Now, whatever side of the fence you're on in some of our local debates, there is a bipartisan approach to arresting harness racing's stagnant turnover. To put it simply, if they, the punters, don't bet, you, the industry, don't get paid, and the punter expects a fair and honest run for his or her money. Blinkers Off has seen some disturbing racetrack performances in recent weeks, with certain runners delivering contrasting efforts in back-to-back starts. It only took one trip to the track to hear the latest chatter. Nothing's changed, I suppose. But on this occasion, I believe there is some truth in what I've been told and what I've discovered in further investigations. As we've seen in New South Wales, performance-enhancing substances were the key ingredients in these betting stings. You'd have to be naive to believe it doesn't happen outside that state's borders. Catching drug cheats is never easy, as they always craftily manage to stay a step ahead. But if this industry is to flourish, or let alone keep afloat, a level playing field for all participants is required, and our police, the stewards panel, must enforce it vigorously. That's our thought tonight. Speaking of the Sydney situation, it's pretty messy. You've got an update there.
A board meeting is currently expected to play out this week, and one of the big talking points or agendas at this board meeting is going to be the money they invest to the swabbing systems. Currently they invest $750,000 per annum in the swabbing system, but they are looking to double that and make sure that every winner from around the state is swabbed. To do that, it's going to cost double. Now, this is all important, in particular for those that race in New South Wales, because this money that they are expecting to get to up the ante as far as the swabbing is concerned could come out of the overall prize money situation. So this is an interesting development, and we'll have more on this next week.
OK, we'll follow that story. Smoke it up. Will he or will he not keep the Inter-Dominion?
Well, it's still hard to say. The hearing started last week, Tuesday, rolled into Wednesday. More evidence is going to be taken tomorrow, and I am expecting Lance Justice to take the stand himself tomorrow and give evidence. I don't think we'll get a result by the end of tomorrow, so we'll probably just have to sit tight on this one. This one could play out because of the amount of evidence that has been tendered in the last week. OK, we're on big name paces. Mr Feelgood, where's his current situation? He's ready to trial. If he doesn't trial this week, it will be next week, but he is coming along exceptionally well. Of course, he won the first leg of the Grand Circuit last season, the QPC. He's aiming to do it again, and by all reports, he's coming along in terrific order.
What about Monkey King?
Well, Monkey King, this is good news for Kiwi trainer Brendan Hill. He is a lot more forward at the start of this preparation compared to last preparation. Brendan Hill outlined that he was always on the back foot last season with Monkey King, and towards the end of his most recent campaign, the wheels really fell off. But he was very happy with the way he performed on Saturday. He'll go back to the workouts again next week, and then he'll look for a race start. But it's good news for Monkey King.
For a reason, from the Luke McCarthy stable.
Well, he's expected to go back to the vets, have a thorough check over. Of course, he's been off the scene since the Chariots of Fire, but he is expected to get the all clear, and if he does, he'll be good to go. He'll go straight back into full work for Luke McCarthy.
Atomic Ark's back in Brisbane?
Yeah, of course, he's a little pocket dynamo, Atomic Ark. He's been doing his recent racing in WA, but he's back in Brisbane, and he's back with the Dixon stable.
Invincible Barnes, I believe a change of stable.
Change of stable. He's one free-for-aller in Brisbane that will be heading interstate. He's going to Sydney. He's linking up with the all-conquering Luke McCarthy's stable, so expect to see Invincible Barnes strutting his stuff in Sydney in recent weeks.
And in the West, some news with Ross Oliveri.
He's got a TCO2 charge hanging over his head. This dates back to August 12, I think it was, from Gloucester Park. The runner in question is Sandler. He is expected to front Rawa officials on September 7, so we'll know more on that day.
Thanks, Chris. That's the latest news. We're taking a break and then we're back to visit the stables of Peter Greigs.